WMRR Radio. Get on air at WMRR Radio, the podcaster station. WMRR Radio, the sponsors and advertiser station. Grow your business with WMRR Radio. Start a career in radio. WMRR Radio broadcast training going on now. Register today. Stay tuned and tune in to the Ms. Ross Radio Show on WMRR Radio, Miami.
Get in the Indie Artist Mix with Ms. Ross, broadcasting live from your location. 15 minutes of commercial-free indie.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know what time it is, man. This Man Talk Monday. We finna get to the business as always. Y'all join the live. Make sure y'all like, share. Y'all get the live pumping and jumping. We finna really get to it. You hear me? It's Man Talk Monday.
Listen, true story. Little crew beef, he won his TC names. Shout out to everybody in her Listen.
That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. These pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes and growing grades trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's the cold game, boy. You better have your skull in your coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. Them niggas hate for a rise. They want a partial just so they can come and go when it's time. These bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. Still maybe foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. These pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes and growing grades trying to figure how the game supposed to go. It's the cold game, boy. You better have your skull in your coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. The niggas hate for a rise. They want a partial just so they can
Y'all pull up, hit me with a yo. Let me know you're in the building.
You ain't got a dime still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. My city ain't no freedom, why they call it living. We slapping pussy niggas down like we at the Wimbledon. Line them up with the beam if he acting jittery. His homie put that pinch back, he said he ain't no trickery. Neighbors behind that 4-5 will put you out your misery. Chopper leave you wet, crime scene slippery. Leave a nigga smoke, barbecue hickory. You a fresh dumb bitch, so I'ma call you Hillary. When it come to money, boy, I get a crater. You niggas turn trade when your homies need saving. I'll roll an eagle when I get tired of Nick saving. Stacking up my bread, I ain't got time to be slaving. Fuck that delaying, I need
My repayment. You already know, bumping that neighbors, that one stick. Make sure y'all go cop that boy, man, on all the platforms, man. We're so cutthroat. Love to text your location, the hoes. You see them grades I'm growing? You see them grades in there, y'all? I'm growing grades trying to figure out how do you feel me? I'm growing grades, Lord.
You ain't got a dime still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. These pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes and growing grades trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's the cold game, boy. You better have your skull in your coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. The niggas hate for a rise. They want a partial just so they can come and go when it's time. These bitches get your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. Season here for a reason. I'm bullets hit you screaming, it can't stop the beat. These niggas pouring the court when we cross the reach. You see a lot like a big one sparking the heat.
When y'all tap in, hit me with a yo. Let me know you in the building. What's good? Eat money. Y'all like, share. Let's get it. We going in.
Say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. Pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes and growing grades trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's the cold game, boy. You better have your skull in your coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. Them niggas hate for a rise. They want a partial just so they can come and go when it's time. These bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. Still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. These pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes and growing grades trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's the cold game, boy. You better have your skull in your coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. Them niggas hate for a rise. They want a partial.
This Man Talk Monday. Y'all already know what time it is.
Yeah, man. Got a dime still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas.
Yeah, man. Now y'all already know who that is, man. That's the homie. That's Navis. One stick. Y'all make sure y'all go cop him. He on all platforms. Yeah, man. This Man Talk Monday. Y'all know how we do. We got to get to the business. It's your boy, Mama, there goes that man. You know, everything. You know, y'all already know how I do with me. And I already got y'all already know how I got to represent. I got to shout out to all the people who support us. Got to get them black businesses in. Shout out to my main man in the comments, Puerto Rican E, aka Freaky E, aka PRE. Y'all make sure y'all go cop Mistaken Kicks, man. You need them shoes, you need them Jordans, you need them new J's coming out October 2nd. I seen them. You need them. Y'all make sure y'all get at Mistaken Kicks, man. Drop that. Shout out to my main man Kelly, the vegan community. My man got a whole community. Y'all got to check him out. Go look at him on all his platforms, man. Go look at his YouTube. Go look at his Facebook. If he's streaming somewhere, y'all make sure y'all go view that, especially if you're trying to get healthy. If you're trying to figure out a different way to live, different way to eat. I know a lot of people is getting important. This pandemic done showed everybody that, how we was eating and how we was living may not be palatable, especially when something, like this pandemic, like this come up. So, y'all go follow Kelly, man, a wealthymindset.com, WELLTHY mindset.com, man. Him and his wife, they do beautiful things with food, him and with his classical training, and cooking and everything like that. So y'all make sure y'all go check them out. Shout out to one of my favorite sponsors, 16-year-old Cassandra. Y'all make sure y'all go holler at her. Sandra'sAccessories.com. I almost forgot. There we go. Sandra'sAccessories.com, man. 16-year-old young princess, on her way to being a queen, a boss. She got her own business. She sell accessories. I know everybody, like I say, got them 80s and 90s parties going on. Halloween up right around the corner. Y'all make sure y'all go to Sandra's Accessories, man. Go cop you some merch from that young lady, man. Help her be better than what we was when we was that age. We weren't thinking about entrepreneurship when we was, that age there. So y'all help her get better than we was, man. Go support. Go to Sandra'sAccessories.com. Go to holler at her on IG at Sandra's Accessories. Make sure y'all go cop some merch from her. Shout out to all the black business owners, man. If you got a black business, drop your black business in the comments. Shout out to the homie Germ, Boss Carter. If you need anything, you want a yacht party or any of that, man, y'all make sure y'all holler at Germ, man. He always pull up. So shout out to you, Germ. Shout out to my main man, Will, the barber, man. He cut hair. He got his own, little shop vibe. So y'all make sure y'all go holler at Will the barber. Make sure y'all get at him. You need your shorty haircut. You trying to get your shorty, you feel me? Crispy or what have you. Y'all make sure y'all go holler at Will the barber, man. He also got a little vibe with his wife up top, up there in Broward, man. Oh, theveganskillet.com. Y'all see the website. Let me see something. Let me get you right real quick, Kelly. Y'all see the website real quick, man. Go ahead, man. Y'all make sure y'all going to holler at him. Look at that beautiful picture, him and his old lady. They just look like they just all healthy and shit together. Shout out to y'all, my boy. I'm gonna leave you up here. But yeah, man, Will the barber, man, him and his old lady got a little spot up top, man. They got a whole little paint and drink vibe, the little painting with a twist type, vibe. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Also, he got his own semi-pro team, man. He got his own semi-pro. So your boyfriend still got them football aspirations, man. Anytime, Kelly, you already know you good with me, my boy. Yeah, your little boyfriend still got them football aspirations. He want to go play semi-pro. My main man, Will the barber, man, got his own semi-pro team in my own county line. So y'all make sure y'all holler at Will the barber for anything. Y'all see the website, man. You trying to get healthy. You trying to figure out different ways to eat. And, you trying to become vegan, but you trying to figure out what you going to eat every day because you can't just be eating kale and microgreens and shit. Y'all make sure y'all go to theveganskillet.com. All your recipes, big videos, and all of that good stuff. My main man, Keith. What's going on, Big Keith? Shout out to you, my boy. Drop your business in the comments so I can shout you out while we in here. Anybody who got a business, drop your business. Where my sisters at? I know my sisters in here. All my sisters, y'all got y'all business. Y'all shout out to Zon 61st. Very fashionable clothing for my beautiful big queens out here. So y'all make sure y'all go to Instagram, Zon 61st. Shout out to her. Who else? God, I know it's somebody else that I'm missing right now, but if you got a black business, if you're a black business owner, hell, if you're a business owner, period, man, just drop your business in the comments. We're going to shout you out. Kelly, man, y'all see him and his wife, y'all shout out to them. They're doing real big things. So definitely theveganskillet.com. Y'all make sure y'all go to that. But yeah, so today gonna be today a serious day. It ain't no laughing matter. It ain't no jokes about it. It ain't no key. It ain't nothing it ain't nothing funny about it. But we really going through some things in our community, and it's starting to get it's 2021. My thing is these things have been going on in our community for long enough. At some point we got to stop it. At some point, one of these generations got to be the generation to stop this foolishness. So I figure, why not our generation? Why not? Let's try to stop it while we here. It's a couple of different things. So first, just so we can go ahead and get it out the way. Not to say that it doesn't deserve attention or whatever, but just so we can get it out the way, what have you. This Haitian migrant crisis. First of all, man, my heart goes out to all my Haitian brothers and sisters. Anybody experiencing these tumultuous situations, president getting killed and natural disaster, and the country already was in turmoil, already an impoverished country, as it were. So man, my heart go out to them people, and everybody, whatever God you believe in or whoever you pray to, go ahead and drop a prayer, for my people in Haiti, man, and my Haitians and all my Zo babies. You feel me? These Zo babies. Shout out to the Zo babies. You feel me? But this Haitian migrant crisis, man, all of this stuff could be avoided, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how it can be avoided. We just gotta continue to goddamn vote. I know it sounds like a cliche. I know that we sit here and look at voting in the abstract and be like, voting don't really do nothing for us and this and that. But the biggest thing is that as long as we continue to vote and we continue to vote the correct people into power, at some point we have to change the system. Everybody who still got them old ways of thinking, they getting ready to leave. You hear me? They got a lot more years behind them than in front of them. So we're gonna get rid of them. But man, we got to continue to galvanize with each other, and man, galvanize with the people who are like-minded. We can't be worried about a lot of things at one time. We have to climb, and we have to get over hurdles. I don't know if y'all paying attention, but what they doing in Texas is a classic example of why we need to continue to get out here and vote. In addition to making it harder to be able to vote, but then they get in office and they feel like they have carte blanche over the law. So they then create a law that significantly disadvantages women as it pertains to reproduction. It's a whole bunch. So we just got to continue to get out there and vote, man. And when I say get out there and vote, I mean at some of the most important levels, not just the president, because we always vote for the president. We think when we come out and we vote for the president and we vote in droves for the president, we get the president in there, we think that everything is supposed to somehow change, and it don't work that way. You have to make a change at every level of government in order to see change overall. So that means our local elections, from down to your mayor, to your governor, to your state representatives. All of these people have to be in lockstep with the same ideology so that we can achieve the goals that we're looking to achieve. So, once we get that together, then we can go ahead and have people that are compassionate about our Haitian brothers and sisters and draft legislation that would allow them a path to citizenship the same way they allowed a path to citizenship for the Cubans. They ain't made the Cubans they ain't even make Cubans jump through no hoops. They literally told the Cubans, hey, listen, as long as you touch the land, you could stay here. Why we ain't had that done for Haiti yet, I don't know. I know why, but that's something that haven't been done for Haiti yet. We continue to vote. We put the right people in power at every level, of government. And once we do that, we will see better results. We will start to see the change that we like. That Haitian migrant situation should never happen. I mean, it's a shame that in 2021, they still riding with horses. Now I understand that the terrain may not allot for, vehicles. So I get the premise. I'm not saying that on his face that they was trying to paint some type of 1920s or 1820s picture of them going to rally or corral people. I get that some of the terrain may not be able to, you may not be able to get on the vehicle. You may need a horse. But I mean, come on, man, we got to think, man. And you know, the people not thinking, so we got to think for them. And in order to think for them, we got to put people in that office that share our same vision, the same our share compassion. Like we have to have common interests. Like I say, Haiti, for the Cubans, them Cubans, long as you touch this grass, baby, you good. You feel me? That need to be done for Haiti. And I don't know why it hasn't been done as of yet, but we need to continue to vote so we can put people in power that will affect the change so that we can have that happen for our Haitian brothers and sisters. So, I mean, you know, it's a real sad situation, man. And I hate to see it happen to them. And, you know, I hate to see it happen to anybody, you know, let alone people who have already been, you know, economically cut off and castrated by this same country. Yeah, the wet foot, dry foot policy, man. You already know, bro, that wet foot, dry foot. But, you know, that wet foot, dry foot policy, man, you know. Let's see here. It's sad. Let me get a couple of comments in there. It's sad the Haitians will work 3 jobs to make ends meet. Let them in. Yeah, man, let them in. The people is an asset. You know, people look at immigrants and all of that other, you know, they look. See, the problem is that the rich look down on immigrants. Chris, I'm gonna get your comment in there. I personally don't know if the policy is still in. If it's not, then I mean, you know, it probably ended with Trump and he an asshole. So I don't even want to give him no credit for that. But yeah, but I mean, up until at least what 2016. Unless Obama ended it. But I mean, you know, Obama opened up, you know, he opened up the ability to go to Cuba. So I don't know if he ended wet foot, dry foot. Maybe Trump did, but you know, it is what it is. I just think that, you know, people look down on immigrants and people sit here and talk about immigrants and, you know, they try to make them out to like, we don't need them people, man. Them people willing to come over here and do the jobs that we simply not willing to do. And I mean, I'm just being honest with you. You know, y'all could talk and everybody could talk about that. A job is a job and all that other shit. But nah, bro, it's certain jobs I ain't doing. It's straight up and down. It's just not in me to do. So, you know, if somebody gonna come over here because whatever task that job entails, we need. So because we need, well, hell, I mean, okay, the wet foot, dry foot policy only applies to Cuba because it's a dictatorship. Okay, well, I mean, shit. I mean, the Haiti had dictators long before. I mean, Haiti had dictators too in their history, and it was never for Haitians to be able to come over here and vibe up because of that. And I get what you're saying. I mean, I understand, but yeah, like, so it's like yeah, man. They you know, if a job needs to be done and is essential to our living, no matter how much, you know, we think about it or not, that's just like the ideal that the janitor is just as important as the CEO, because the janitor does something that ultimately affects your life, your workspace, and how you're able to come to work and be comfortable at work. If it wasn't nobody there to clean, then you're going to be coming to work in filth, and you wouldn't want that. You get what I'm saying? But that janitor is just as important as the person who signed the check, I guess. You feel me? Because without either, you shit out of luck. So, you know, I mean, I love my Haitians. I love all my immigrants, man. They come here, they ready to work, they doing their thing or whatever the case may be. I ain't making no jokes about it. Them people work, the people work hard, you know. So, you know, man, let them people in, man. We need more of them and less of these motherfucking leeches. What we need to start doing is send some of these, and you know what? Anybody who get caught doing Medicaid, Medicare fraud, Social Security fraud, housing fraud, we need to excommunicate their ass. We need to get them on up out of here. Let them immigrants in. Let them immigrants in. Them immigrants ready to work. All these leeches out the system. You find out they playing with the housing and all that. Deport their ass in one of these third world countries and see how they fell there, since they want to play with all us. Only applies to Cuba because, you know. So, but yeah, man. At the end of the day, you feel me? They got to change that. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much going on where, you know, a lot of these places are suffering. A lot of people suffering. And I understand we can't just have like carte blanche at our borders, just letting everybody in. I get all of that. But I mean, come on, man. I think that, you know, man, if you're supposed to be the bastion of light, like how you portray yourself to be out here into this world, and United States is everybody big brother and all that. If that is the case, then y'all got to step up. When our little Haitian brothers and sisters need help, y'all got to make sure y'all help them too. I mean, y'all just in comparison, look what they did for the Afghan people. Now, guess what? I don't have a problem with what they did with the Afghan people. Them Afghan people, them brothers too. Them just them just different dialect brothers, but they brothers all the same. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with what they did with the Afghan people. I'm just saying that if y'all did it for the Afghan people, I don't understand why it can't be done for my Haitian brothers and sisters. Yeah, they help who they want to help. That's what they do. They don't even help us here. So I mean, you think they finna help us abroad? Man, please. That's why we got to continue to vote, man. We got to vote people in office. I swear, when I run for office, if you ain't got to vote for me if you want to, but I think that you should vote for me. I honestly believe that you should vote for me. I don't think that you shouldn't vote for me. I promise you. I really do think you should vote for me if I run. So yeah, the U.S. is we, as long as we continue to vote, man, and we get any people in power, we get the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's, man, that Puerto Rican sister there, man, she be on their ass, man. That Miss Presley, man, that whole band of Sister Ilhan Omar, man, them sisters be, listen, one thing about it, boy, them sisters is on your ass, okay? Them people ain't stopping. Them people say, we ain't voting for the legislation if you ain't helping us with it. They tired of just, we just gonna keep voting. We gonna keep voting, and you're not servicing my community. Nah. Auntie Maxine. I love me some Auntie Maxine. Now. I love me some Nina Turner too. Some things. But we just got to vote, man. We have to vote. As long as we voting, man, we can start to affect the change that we want to see in our community. Okay, so as far as what's going on with the Haitian migrant crisis, man, I'm definitely sorry to hear it. My heart goes out to them folk, and I definitely hope things turn up, man. I hope everybody get their just, as far as, I hope everybody get good with that, man. I don't know of any scandal Ilhan Omar caught up in a scandal, but I don't know of any scandal that she's caught up in, but I need to see all documents and proof because them people been after her. So it's like, because they've been after her, it's very hard for me to believe something coming out. That's just like, I feel like, first of all, she's innocent until proven guilty. So I really don't care what they say about her. You're going to have to show me better than you could tell me. I believe in that sister. So, you're going to have to show me she did wrong. That's one. But then two, and more importantly, just like how they did my main man Watson, you feel me? That man said he want to leave. All of a sudden, he done raped 30, 40 women and all that. Now everybody recanting and all of that though. So I don't know what they say Ilhan Omar did, but I need to see all of their proof. I need to see the documents. Vivian Anderson said as soon as the Cubans hit land, the government gives them a check, no questions asked. Yep. And all I'm asking for is that to be done for my Haitian brothers and sisters, y'all. So most definitely. So now I just wanted to really get that out of the way because this is the part of the conversation. This is the part of the conversation, and this is the part of the show that is, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's a lot. But I know we could get through this. I know that we can have good substantive conversation, and I absolutely know that we could all come away from this conversation with somewhat of a better understanding. And it's only gonna work if you guys are active. So let me drop the link for you guys right now. You want to get on the radio, you want to tell us how you feel, you want to tell me how you feel. You more than welcome to do so. I'm posting the link right now. All you got to do is click on that link and follow the instructions, and you can get right on and we could talk. So, but yeah, man. So it's a lot, guys. It's really a lot, man. First of all, I want to say that any sound person, any decent human being, because it don't just apply to men, it apply to any human being. Any human being, man. I think that any human being understands the propensity of hurting people. And I don't think that human beings or traditionally a sane human being intentionally goes out to hurt someone. So with that being said, I definitely believe that anybody who commits rape is a sick individual. That is rape of a grown woman. That is rape of a child. That is rape of a grown man. Rape, the RAPE, whether it's statutory, whether it's forcible, whether you molest, all of those words, all of that shit. I really feel like you have to be a sick individual to do it. to inflict pain upon somebody already shows callousness. And I understand inflicting some pain on some people according to the situation, i.e., if somebody did something to me, then if you transgress with me and if I feel like I have to take it there, then I'm going to hurt you. You get what I'm saying? So I understand that. But this pain, man, that you bring about somebody when you rape them, man, I really cannot help but think that is a sick individual. And I don't know what we can do about that aspect of it. Maybe, maybe sterilization. You get what I'm saying? I would say castration is real extreme, especially when you can just sterilize somebody. Uh, so I mean, I would say maybe court ordered, sterilization. Um, I mean, I don't know what, they figure out medicine, for all type of shit. So I don't know. Maybe they gonna figure out what part of someone's brain makes them want to do, this harm to somebody. Um, so that part I don't know. I really don't know. I myself personally never in my life. I got a sister. I got two sisters. Matter of fact, I got daughter. Man, listen. I got women in my life. I love my queens, and I could not imagine somebody playing. Well, not sterile or what chemical. There we go, Crystal. Thank you for clarifying that. Sterilization only prevents them from having kids. Chemical castration. That's what it's called, I believe. And you can correct me on that too. But if I'm not mistaken, it's chemical castration. Whereas it just don't, they stop it from working. Like, period. They stop it from working. So I think it's called chemical castration. Straighten me on that if I'm wrong, Crystal. But I think that's what I meant. Chemical castration. Something like that. I don't know what needs to happen to these people. It's just it's very hard, man. It's a very tough situation, man. I really don't know how, you come out of a situation like that. I don't know. I really would not know what to say to somebody in that situation. I guess if they was to, tell me certain things, I would be able to, then respond. But to just have advice to anybody in that situation, I can't even act like I know what to tell somebody. So, I am not, I will be a listening ear always. But, I don't know what to do about that. I can't, it's not, I don't think, because you see a lot of stuff, and every time this stuff happens, and that's what I definitely want to get into today. I want to talk about what's considered rape culture. But then I also want to let's just go through it. See, because I see a lot, I see people say about teaching boys not to rape. And when I see that, I always kind of say to myself, well, I don't think any sane human being teaches their child to rape. And even as a child growing up, man, your child, when your child start hitting people, and you tell your child you don't hit nobody, and you don't hit nobody unless they hit you first, and stuff like that. So I don't think that I don't think that anybody is raising boys to be rapists. And because nobody's raising boys to be a rapist, it has to be something that just disconnects in that person's head. I don't know. Nobody's raising their child to be a rapist. So I don't think it's something that you have to right. I mean, and see, Vivian, this is what I never understood. And this is just me being honest, right? So women will literally throw it at you for free. If you have a decent little conversation, or if you look good, you come out, you got all the six packs and the abs, a lot of women like that type of stuff. So, I mean, the women literally will just give it away to you. So I don't understand why rape anybody. And I really, really, really don't understand why would you have sex with a minor. And that's the thing that and that's the thing that really confuses me, because as an adult, like even when I was young, when I was 23 and 24, man, I was hollering at 40-year-olds, 45-year-olds. Like, I remember being 18 and 19 and going at Silkies with my uncle now, man. The Silkies, if anybody remembers Silkies was a nice little vibe where you had to, put on a nice pair of slacks and some nice shoes to go in there. It wasn't no wearing jeans and tee and all that. Nah, you booted up to go in Silkies. So, when I was 18, 19 years old, I was in Silkies, and it wasn't no young girls in Silkies. I was going at everything, man. I done seen one of my teachers in there. I went at her. I seen an assistant principal in there. That was assistant principal when I was in school. I went dead at her like, yeah, I'm grown now. Like that type of vibe. I'm 18, 19. So I ain't never got this interest in younger women. So I definitely don't really get illegal younger women. I don't understand that. And I don't even think it's a manipulation, because I know a lot of people say that, it's because they're able to manipulate the child mind and this and that and the third. And I want to get into that too, because you do have those guys, you do have adults that will manipulate the mind of a child. So that's definitely very possible. But man, it's not even that hard. Like, it's not even that hard with grown women. You don't even have to manipulate the mind of a grown woman. She just wants some. Especially if y'all grown. Like, if y'all grown, she okay, well, you look this way, you feel me, your vibe good or whatever, I'm gonna drop it on you. Like, I'm gonna give you some, I want to give you some, or I want some. Like, this is what grown people do. You ain't got to manipulate nobody mind. If you're a handsome dude, if you're a handsome guy, or you're a beautiful woman, you ain't got to play with no child at all. You could literally go on social media. You could go on any dating site. You could go to Tinder. You could go to Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. You literally could go to any social platform and find a grown person that's just willing to give you some without spending no money. Either because of how you look, your vibe, or whatever. So I don't get why not y'all, none of the people who watching this would ever do anything like that, I hope. But I don't get why these guys are playing around with these children. I don't know. I really don't. It's nothing that you listen. And again, like I say, nothing excuses an adult from, doing anything sexual with a minor. I don't give a damn how fast that minor is. That minor could be goddamn Speedy Gonzalez fast. Okay. She or he could just be ready. Because it be both ways. Them women teachers be having sex with these high school boys. Now, I don't know of any teachers that did that. Myself, I don't think that I don't know if that happens so much in the inner city, because, boy, our teachers that, if you ever had Miss Williams or Miss Breedlove or Miss Garner or Miss Simmons, or, man, you ever had any of these teachers, they were fine as hell, and you better not dare say nothing out the way to any one of them. You better not dare say nothing out the way to no Miss Williams. Boy, Miss Williams will cuss your ass out. You'll be out of her class the whole time. Oh, damn, Miss Williams, you fine. Excuse me. Listen, boy. Who? Miss Breedlove? Boy, please, Miss Breedlove, take your shit, call her husband up there. You tripping. So, I mean, I don't know how often that happens in the inner city schools with female teachers to male children, but what seems to be very prevalent in the inner city is male teachers with female students. Let me get one or two comments in here. Keith says there's a disconnect and a sense of entitlement. And Kellen says we're not raising our boys to be men. And Keith says, hey, don't leave out the women messing with boys. Oh, no, Keith, I wasn't gonna forget that, my boy, because it does happen. But I think that in our inner city schools, I think that we see more male teacher to female student. I know that there are schools, and I think that those are probably not our schools. I mean, it's very possible. Like I say, I just don't know in my time frame. I don't know. I don't even want to make a joke about it and say I wish that was the case, as much as me just being a truthful human being. Oh, I wish that was the case. I wish one of my teachers was like, oh yeah, come on. I would have definitely been about that. And honestly, I would have been a kid that was in the news saying, I don't think she should be in trouble. She didn't do nothing wrong. I wanted to do everything that I did. She ain't forced me to do nothing. She ain't say she was gonna give me no grades. I seen her, like I would have been that kid, because I know at that time that's exactly what I was thinking. It wasn't no confusion in my mind. I didn't think one way or another, none of that shit. If I was 15, 16 years old and any one of my teachers any one of my female teachers especially how fine all my female teachers was at the West. If any one of them would have been talking about trying to jump on me, boy, come on. Run it. You hear me? That's how I would have been. But then again, like I say, I could admit to you right now that when I was 15, 14, hell, man, we was bandits and I was trying to have sex in elementary school. It been on my mind. I'm not going to lie. It's not that I didn't know the difference. It's not that I didn't know it was wrong or none of that. I cannot sit here and say that I was not taught right from wrong in this instance. I know right from wrong, and I knew what was right and I knew what was wrong. And no matter what of that, none of that, I wanted to do it. So when I first got a chance to do it, jump right on it. And if any teacher would have whatever, I'd have jumped right on that too. Because at 14, 15, 13, 12, all them ages, I knew exactly what I was trying to do. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. It was no confusion. It wasn't no damn trauma in my life. None of that. I wasn't confused about none of that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a rare situation where it ain't none of that. I actually was a kid that was in the frame, like that was in my mind and knew what I wanted to do. And I guess that does not happen anymore. I don't, we also have a shelterish attitude, and we feel like these children don't know that they not being children. But I knew I wasn't being no child thinking like that. Chris, you said I would agree about the demographic being different and the victims being different. Yeah, I mean, because like I say, you got to think about the teachers, man. The teachers that we had, the teachers that I had, or maybe Keith, maybe you was an old cocky ass football player or something. I don't know. But the teachers that I had, they weren't going for all that. You couldn't, them women were getting grown niggas, man. Them grown niggas was gonna bag that up, man. He wasn't no playing with no damn child. Not at least the teachers I had. Now, of course, now you got teachers that, have fun with you, whatever the case may be. So, they may say something, however, because, them same teachers, they'll rank your ass, or I ain't saying they'll say nothing sexual with you, but them same teachers, that they had fun with us or whatever the case may be. But, as far as like hard down flirting with you, like, yeah, I tear that little ass up type vibe, I don't know about that one, my boy. But like I say, it's different for everybody. Keith said, I think the female students were more open about messing with male teachers. Guys were closed-lipped. Maybe that is the case too, but I mean, even then, like, listen, I don't know, because, well, shit, I may have fucked up the whole lick, because I'm telling my dog, like, oh, boy, I just greased X, Y, and Z. You feel me? I just greased X, Y, and Z. Boy, don't tell nobody. I probably would have messed up the whole lick talking to my dog now. But, yeah, so, man, I don't know. But, it's definitely no excuse for it. Like I say, it's nothing you could tell me. I don't care how fast that girl was. If you was a grown man, you know damn well you ain't supposed to be playing around with no child. So as it pertains to whatever happened to any grown man that play around with any child, no matter how consenting that child may be outside of the age of legal consent, as it pertains to the law, if that child is a child and you mess with that child, man, woman, if that's a boy or a girl, whatever, you deserve to get whatever the law allots for you to get. And sometimes you probably deserve a lot more than that. But you definitely at least deserve whatever punishment to the extent of the law that it is. Because no matter what happens, no matter how, what, never, whoop, no matter any of that shit, none of that matters, because you're a grown individual and you know damn well you ain't supposed to be playing around with no kids. Now, I don't think that nobody can dispute that. I don't think that nobody will dispute that. I don't think that nobody is going to sit here and try to argue that shit is okay. Maybe the motherfucker who doing it, but guess what? Your ass going to be in jail soon. If you say anything on this live right here, and I don't even like what you said, and I feel like what you said, and I feel like what you said was some funny ass shit, I will make sure I forward this live to the FBI so they can investigate you, my boy. Or my girl, okay? So be careful, all right? If you is watching, but I don't think nobody on my live watching would even play no shit like that. So, but just be clear. Don't say shit on this live here, calling yourself being funny or cute, because I ain't playing with none of it. If you play and you fuck around, have the FBI at your house, okay, trying to ask you questions, all right? So, Bum. We all agree with that. I think everybody on the live agree with that. Whatever happens to a man or a woman who does anything with a minor is they business. Ain't nobody crying no tears for them. Ain't nobody got no slow singing, no type of flower bringing for it. It's your business. Fellas, don't take if she don't say it's crazy because some of these guys be friends with people that engage in those activities. Shit couldn't be my homeboy. Factual, man. Factual. None of my gang. One thing about it, and I can honestly, the thing is, I like to think that I know the people that I hang around and associate myself with. I ain't just met none of these guys. Everybody who I hang with, I know in high school. We started off in college together, whatever. You feel me? We could retrace some lineage. So anybody who you see me with, whether that be Puerto Rican E or whether that be Cat, you feel me? Or when Daniel I'm around, or Wade now, any of that, you feel me? I know all my boys certified vibe. You hear me? We don't play like that. That's not what we do. You get what I'm saying? You could always tell any one of us know. It don't matter whether you hit the streets or the sheets. And if you got a story about one of my homeboys that I don't know, please hit my inbox. Straighten me. Shit, and we'll find out. And if it, whatever you said, if that's what it is, if that's what happened, then we'll definitely have we'll blast his ass right next week. Next week, Monday on Man Talk Monday, we'll definitely blast his ass. But I can pretty much verify all my partners, everybody around me, we don't play like that, man. It's too plentiful out here. It's too plentiful out here. Honestly, I mean, it's too plentiful out here. So none of my guys, none of my gang, nobody who I vibe with would ever even play like that. And if y'all have a problem, hit me, let me know. But none of my people would even play like that. So yeah, I don't see how dudes be hanging around homies that be around here taking shit and being all ultra aggressive. Like, me and my partners ain't even aggressive with no woman like that. Like, none of that. Like, that shit dead flies, man. You don't want to do something, don't do it. Nigga may get you up out of here real quick. Oh, yeah, so you came to play and I ain't come to play, so let me get you up out of here real quick type vibe. Now, I know them boys that do that. I know them boys, they finna play with you in that aspect. You go to playing time out, they have to do you like a Bill Blue. Hold up. What? Man, come on, you gotta get up out of here. Ain't none of that. So that, and guess what? That ain't, honestly, depending on the situation, people keep major secrets and play dumb real quick. Well, hey, if anybody know any secret that I don't know and they feel like I'm sticking up too hard for all my dog and they can tell me some shit that I don't know, please send it to me. But I mean, as far as my homies, everybody who I hang with, nah. Okay. I'm about to say everybody who I hang with, boy, we all solidified. You heard me? Not a story out the bunch. Not a story out the bunch. And again, if it is, please let me know, because I need to start repping then. But I doubt it. Very seriously. So yeah, man. So fellas, man, if she say no, bro, let it go, bro. Let that shit go. If you want to be mad, if you want to kick out your crib, if you don't want to take her home, if you make her catch an Uber and all that, man, this is questionable behavior. I mean, maybe you doing a little too much when you do stuff like that, but you well within your rights, I guess. If a woman don't want to give you none and you decide, okay, since you don't want to give me none, you got to get up out of here. You need to call yourself an Uber or whatever. I ain't taking you home. You got to get up out of here. That's some questionable ass behavior. And I'm not saying that you're going to gain a decent reputation from doing people like that. But if that's what you feel like you should do that, bro. Do that. Do that. That is way better than taking anything, man. Because like I say, I don't know a lot of guys who don't have sisters. And every guy I know got a mama. Unless they mother passed. Unless they, everybody got a grandmother, man. And just to think, bro, if you continue back your lineage, depending on how old your grandmother was, you feel me? Your grandmother is a very high potential that your grandmother went through that. She actually went through that. The man, when you talking about the 20s, the 10s, the 1920s, my grandma was born, I think my granddaddy was born in 1929. I think my grandma was born like 1934 or something like that. Like, that shit happened. So, man, I know that you can't be that pressed. Like, no, bro, I cannot go for that. I cannot go for that, period. Bro, you cannot be that pressed, brother, where you real life out here taking some shit. Never mind the fact that if you taking some shit, I'm pretty much assuming ain't shit wet. Okay, and any guy, any even female, because the shit painful. Any guy who done ever tried to jump off in some dry shit without jump starting, that shit hurt. So, bro, you real life tearing up yourself. Tell you the truth. Plus, you doing that to somebody like, bro, you can't be that pressed for that, bro. You cannot be that pressed for that, bro. Cause oh yeah. Hell yeah, you got some dude. See, but that, you know what I think that come from? That's from when you be calling. I mean, I guess, man, because people really do keep deep secrets and all that. You know, people do. I mean, it's very possible for it to happen, man. So friend check. Yeah, that's me. If you feel like you got a story about me, please. Well, no. First of all, I verify that type of vibe. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a whole type of it's that's why I say a person has to be sick. Like, a person has to be sick. That's why, because to take some like, nah, bro, you have to be sick to do that, because it's just all around not the vibes. Like, it's like like it's just all around not the vibes, bro. Like, that rape shit is so like so uncool, bro. It's worse than uncool, bro. I real life won't never look at no dude I know the same. I would never look at you the same. You could never speak to me again. You never come around me again if I find out you done took some shit, like, bro. Because that's green. That's just green, bro. That's just green, man. And if you that pressed, bro, I would have gave you the $40 to go get you some, bro. If you that pressed about it, I'd have gave you the $40. There's no way in the hell you taking some shit, bro. Like, I don't see it. That's why I really feel like a person who does that has to be sick. It has to be a sick individual. People don't like to say that they are sick. Do you agree with that? Who? How the hell could they not be sick? The motherfuckers are mentally ill. Ill, sick, they're the same thing. Them synonyms for each other. If somebody says sick, if you look up sick in the dictionary, a synonym gonna be ill. If you look up ill in the dictionary, a synonym gonna be sick. The motherfuckers are sick and ill, mentally sick and ill. All of that good stuff. The hell what people talking about, they don't like to say anybody who does that is sick. The only exception is if you had sex with a person under false pretenses, i.e., they told you they was this age. You had no reason not to believe that they was that age, and they turned out to be underage. That's the only way that I don't consider a person sick, because that person was lied to, manipulated, or however it may go. That person is not sick. If if that young girl or if that young boy told you he was 19, 20 years old, kind of find out he's 16, you're not sick. You just moved under false pretenses. But if you know that this is a child, if you know that person don't want you, if you know this and you still play like that, you mentally sick. You mentally ill. Hell no, they know what? They need to have a mental health jail. Matter of fact, they can still go to jail. And guess what? We'll have mental health specialists come see your ass, but you gonna sit in this cell though. We ain't finna cushy bed you up. Ain't no pad rooms, no none of that. Your ass is finna get on this concrete, and you finna serve this time. And we will have mental health professionals schedule appointments, and we will run that whole thing just like that. We will have those mental health appointments every other day, every day, whatever it is. You will be provided medication as it pertains to your mental health treatment. And again, I think that once we have irrefutable evidence and there is an exhaustion of the appeal process, because you still got to give somebody due process, don't want to take people due process away as much as they may deserve it. So after all your exhaustions, your appeals have been exhausted, and we got the concrete evidence that said you raped somebody, man, woman, or a child, with the exception of the example that I just provided, which also needs to be proven. So my man, if you better ask how old she is and text her that shit. Don't let her tell you that verbally. Now I don't know. Now I'm gonna be now we're gonna have to do some investigating to see if it's plausible. But outside of that, your ass need to be chemically castrated. If you ain't had no kids, good. I'm happy you ain't plagued the world. Shit may be hereditary. I don't know. But yeah, nah, they need to be in jail. Ain't no mental health treatment. They could get a mental health treatment in jail. A mental health regimen. You know what? That's what we need to start doing. That's the biggest thing. That's why when we talk about reform the police, it needs to be a whole referendum on the entire system. Talking about police, we talking about how we jail people and all of that. Vivian, I'm not gonna tell you no lies. I think that this check ID business is not only that you're not giving. I mean, I doubt that you. Oh, I need to check your ID. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna give a guy your ID. Honestly, I think that that is foolhardy. I think that that is something that we reach to at the very end just to still persecute somebody who was, bamboozled. That check ID business, like, because now we talking about if so if I got on my text message right now, oh, okay, I done met on IG. You feel me? I done met on IG and I'm texting, I'm messaging on IG. I'm like, oh, how you will? And she say she 19. I mean, what I'm gonna be like, oh, send me a picture, send me a copy of your ID. Or when I meet up with them, like, oh, hold on, before we even, you know what I'm saying? But right, I mean, and that's the thing, Crystal, and that's what I get the unprecedented times. I understand that, but this is the other part of the conversation that we need to have, which is no one should be lying about their age. Like that's the thing. So because so and this is and this is for both boys and girls. Nobody should be lying about their age. So now once we get to this point, it is on the behavior of this child because right, kids lie, adults do too though. And I understand that kids lie, but this is what I'm saying. When we I'm gonna use me as a child. And as a child, that's everything 17 and under. Because once you get to 18, you're an adult. To the law. Never to your parents, though. You almost won't be ever become adult to your parents. You always gonna be their child. But me at 13, me at 15, they shouldn't, but they do. And I get that. You see, this is the thing. Okay, me at 15. All right. If I tell somebody that I'm 15, I look like I'm 20. If I tell somebody I'm 19 when I was 15, and that person has no reason to doubt what I said, I carry myself like I'm 19. I look like I'm 19. I said I was 19. That person has no reason at all to believe other than what I said, which was that I was 19, even though I was 15. Is that person wrong if they have sex with me under the pretense that I'm 19, having no reason to think otherwise? Like I say, I look 19. I carry myself like I'm 19, but I'm really 15 though. Is that not me as a child manipulating a person? And if I did that, if I lied about my age, which I know my age, if I lied about my age, does that mean that I consciously, even as a child, I consciously participated in these activities? Because I lied about my age specifically because if that person knew my real age, they probably wouldn't be vibing with me. So I had to lie about my age to keep the vibe going. So now, did I know what I was doing? Because if I knew what I was doing when I lied in order to keep a vibe going, because the chances is this person wouldn't have vibed with me if they knew I was 15, is the onus for that situation placed on me? Or are we going to go with, oh, because I'm a child, I didn't know no better? And that's the slippery slope that we're in also. And I think that just comes from how we raise our children. Part of it is how we raise our children, what we expose our children to. And part of it is the fact that these kids going to do what they're going to do too. Like I tell parents all the time, you could raise your child to be the best child in the world and they will murder somebody. It is not to say that you did a bad job of raising your children. You do have parents that do their best to raise their children correctly, and their children still take it upon themselves to do whatever it is they want. So I would never say that a bad parent is a parent whose child ended up doing any of these activities, because that parent could very well be raising their child correctly. But it's 24 hours in a day, and you can try to control everything about your child as long as they in your house. But once they leave your door, you cannot stop what they're going to be exposed to in this world. Your child could be on a school bus. The kid next to him could be watching porn. You cannot stop that. You can't stop that. You can't stop that exposure for your child. You would hope that that exposure to your child does not affect your child's way of thinking or their thought process, or makes your child forget about all of the lessons that you've provided them. But you cannot control every exposure to your child unless that child stays in the house 24/7. And give me one moment. Let me get a comment or two in there. Crystal says they lie to consciously trying to benefit themselves and their happiness, or what they perceive to be happiness. Vivian says, me myself, I can't have sex with you if I don't have feelings for you, from being young to being 55 now. And then Crystal says, them lying is consciously. Yeah, I know. I mean, they're consciously lying. So, right. So in this situation, because if that's the case, right? Because, like, okay. And this is a part of the conversation that gets difficult, because people conflate the argument, or people, what they do is, once you say something, then they try to bring it to, like, you have to be agreeing with one action if you speak out against another action, and it's not like that. Right. Them lying is to consciously benefit themselves and their happiness, or what they perceive to be happiness. Right. So I mean, that's on that individual kid. Like I say, it's not every situation where it's going to be a bad parent as to why a kid does the things that they do. So we can't blame all parents in all situations where all these kids do this fucked up stuff. It's not all parents. That you do have some parents that expose their child to way too much. You still have you still have some people that are doing a very bad job at raising their children. I think that we are instilling very bad values in our children. Like I just seen that, like, somebody sent me a couple of pictures today, right? And they were sending me the pictures because it kind of go along with all of these extenuating circumstances and what we're talking about. So I'm going to tell you about those in a second, because I want to read this here. People say they know what they're doing at that point. People young and old like to manipulate. Right, I get that. So what I'm saying is, aside from the guy that we know is wrong, with the exception of a guy who is lied to as a means to have someone else benefit, themselves and their happiness, or what they perceive to be happiness at the time. Besides that guy, any other guy who consciously, knowingly just having sex with a child, he dead wrong. But there's a problem with a child that is conducting themselves in that matter. Like you say, like we spoke before about it, and you said maybe there could be some type of trauma involved, and I get that there could be some type of trauma involved. I'm not saying that there wouldn't be no type of trauma involved in that situation, so I do get that. And then you have some young girls who are following the examples of their horrible parents, including but not limited to the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they conduct themselves, and what they see their mother and or father do. So you could assume that a kid, a boy that lives with his father, if he see his father have women coming in and out the house every day, different women coming in and out the house every day, if that kid looks to his father as an inspiration, if he looks to his father as a mentor, more, all of that, then the likelihood is that that kid is going to conduct his relationships the same way his father did. Gonna have women coming in and out the crib. He gonna be a player, just like Daddy was. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat, what's the crib? You hear me? And the same go for a young lady. If a young lady sees a different man coming in and out the door, the likelihood is if she benefits from their behavior. So if every man that came in the door with a toy, then guess what? She's going to associate getting toys or getting what she want with all these different men. And she's going to likely carry about the same activity. This is bad examples of parenting. Because if I have my child and my child stay with me, aside from the chick that is going to be consistently with and around my child, all the rest of y'all will have to meet me at your crib or the Yobi or something like that. We won't be having no in and out of my house, because I know I have a son, and I know I don't want to provide that bad of an example to my son. I'm gonna tell my son, keep your options open, rumble, young man, rumble. But I don't think that it's proper to have my son see different women coming in and out my house every day. And it's the same way for a woman. Your daughter should not see different men coming in and out your house all the time. You want to go out with these guys, whatever the case may be, that's cool. You want to go get your little bump and grind, to the little, that's cool, whatever. But let's not make that something that your child sees, because they could associate, they could look at you. And I mean, kids pick up on shit, man. You'd be surprised. And they notice every time you come in the crib after you done went out on a date, and every time this man come in the crib after you done had a little date, you notice you go to buying all type of groceries and shit the next day. And then, man, them kids are insightful. Them kids pick up on shit. Okay, so you got to watch what you're doing, and you got to watch what you say around your kids, even down to the music that you listening to. Me myself personally, when my kids be in my car, then you know what, the only thing that I'm really listening to is a little nice little old school vibe. Michael Jackson, Prince, Stevie Wonder, Luther Vandross, old school vibe when my kids in the car. Now, okay, when my son was 14, 15, 16 or whatever, okay, we listen to rap music or whatever, but that was age appropriate. Well, it wasn't necessarily age appropriate, let me not say that, but he was my boy, so okay, I could say that if that is the wrong part, if that's something I did wrong, that's something I did wrong. But it's the down to the music that you let your kids listen to. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, I agree with her. She is for a grown ass adult. Y'all shouldn't let y'all children listen and watch Cardi B. If it's on the radio, find another station. She ain't on Hot 105. She ain't on Hot 105. So listen to Hot 105 with your kids in the car. Get you some hits and oldies and some shit like that. You don't have to listen to Cardi B with your child in the car, to the point where y'all think it's cute for y'all daughters what these other girls is. City girls. City girls is for grown women. That's not for children. That's not for children. Y'all think it's cute. Y'all swipe them visas and have your child 5 and 6 and 7 years old, and y'all got them on live talking about swipe them visas. Nah, that shit ain't cute. That's not for them. That's for you to consume. And when you around them and when you with them, you don't have to listen to that type of music. When the DJ come for y'all party, that DJ come, just like the DJ, when the DJ come to my house or DJ come to any one of the functions that we have, depending on the crowd, is what I'm going to tell the DJ to play. If we have an older crowd, we got our parents' friends, and, that older crowd, then they tell the DJ, hey, not too much cussing on the music, give them a nice little vibe, Frankie Beverly vibes. You feel me? Whereas if this party all 30 years olds and 35-year-olds and all of that, then okay, man, DJ, you can play what you want. You get what I'm saying? We ain't got to play all the booty shaking music for our kids to be out here popping and getting on the knees and doing all that extra shit. I understand some of the little dance crazes and all that, but even something is that popping your chest and all that, like we don't have to expose our kids to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that all of that contributes to the over sexualization of kids. Cause I'm gonna also talk about this quote unquote sexualization of women, but we talking about kids right now, because I don't believe of a sexualization or over sexualization of women. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe of over sexualization in women in just 1 second. But the clothes that we put on our kids, like I say, man, no child, no 16-year-old, 15-year-old girl should be wearing a sports bra with the tights. I don't care that Nike make it. I don't care that you could get it in Kids Foot Locker. None of that. That young girl should be covered up. I seen a picture today. I guess this woman, she must be like she must be, like get endorsements, or like Shein or Shein, or however you say their website. They sent her, kids clothes for her daughter to model, right? But I'm noticing that everything that the little girl had on, man, this girl is like 4, 5 years old at the most. Everything that she had on showed her stomach. Every outfit that she had on showed her stomach. Okay. Every pair of pants she had on was short tights. And I'm sitting here saying, why is a 4 or 5-year-old girl wearing outfits like this? You got it's like wife beater, hold to top style vibes, or it got the off the shoulder, still have showing all of her stomach at 4 or 5 years old. Why? And then she got weave down her back, weave damn near taller than she is. She 4 or 5 now. Why are we rushing this on our children? And I keep telling people, pay attention, because the same manufacturers of this stuff don't ever have their kids in it. You don't never see the manufacturer, even down to the clothes that these guys be wearing in the league. What Russell Westbrook had on, I'll go back to that. You don't ever see the designer, the people who design that shit, the people who sell that shit in their stores. You don't see them wear that, but they'll push that in our community and they'll push it on us. And then and our kids start dressing like that. But it's unnecessary, man. Vivian says in today's society, parents want their parents, they want to be friends with their child. I ain't here to be your friend. I'm your parent. I'll be friendly with you, but I ain't your friend. I'm your parent, and just certain things, man. Like I say, full set nails. I see girls going to high school, ninth grade and middle school with full set nails, lace fronts, lashes. Like, why does a child need any of that? Why does a child need any of that? Like, and all of that contributes to the over sexualization of children, because all of that stuff, the lashes, the lace fronts, the nails, all of that stuff makes you look older. And you couple that with the clothes, especially, how our young girls is, for some reason, which we kind of know about that. That's nutritional terrorism, what they doing to us. But you see our girls be developing a lot earlier. You look at them white girls are very far and few in between. You see when the white girl are overly developed, the white girl got big boobs and shit in middle school and shit. That's starting to be an occurrence for all our girls. Our girls are starting to grow bigger and faster. Our boys are short and they stand short. They're not growing 6 and all. Our boys are small and our girls is getting big fast. It can't be no coincidence about that. It can't. You ain't telling me. And it only happens in our communities. It only happens in our communities, because if you look at some of the African Americans that have grown up in the affluent communities where the food source is different, they develop like kind of on par a little bit. Well, look at Sasha and Malaya. Now look how thick Michelle is. You see Michelle? Michelle's a woman. You hear me? But Sasha and Malaya, they grew up and they matured at ages. Like, they wasn't 11 with all boongy and breasts and all this other shit. They food source is different. But the food in our community has our little girls growing up too fast. Talking about body wise. So why we accentuate? Man, I seen a chick, man, who real life, first of all, her daughter had on a 2-piece bathing suit, which I don't agree with for a child. I feel like a child need to have on a 1-piece bathing suit, but her daughter had on a 2-piece bathing suit. Okay, now the 2-piece bathing suit cut right here like a grown person. My daughter got a little breasts, so now you showing your daughter breasts. Then I'm looking at the bathing suit. The bottom of the bathing suit right here look like it's coming up a little bit. So now she make a jump or something, and now all the business out here in the street. Why is our young girls dressing like this? Why are we allowing it? How is that cute? Why can't a 1-piece bathing suit with shorts, with the swim trunk shorts? Now, I ain't saying no big ass swim trunk shorts, okay? I'm not saying no, like you getting like she a little boy, but the Speedo swim trunk shorts with a 1-piece bathing suit, why does that not suffice? What makes that less cuter than a 2-piece bathing suit on a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old? Keep in mind, these pervs and these mentally ill, mentally sick people be everywhere. So they be at the beach, like they be at the pool, like they be in public. Okay, so my thing be to safeguard my child as much as possible. So no, you can't wear a 2-piece bathing suit. You can put on a 1-piece bathing suit. You can put on your swim trunks. You can't even walk around with thong flip-flops. You got swim shoes, because you got pervs that be looking at feet and going crazy about feet for some damn reason. Let me get this comment in here. Caleb says, a lot of these women are falling below the belt with raising young queens. Let the kids grow up and start making them older too fast. I completely agree with that. And we like I said, all of these girls, especially girls my age, okay, y'all know, okay, you didn't get to have no damn lace front. You think lace fronts just started in 2015? But we've been having a lace front. I heard Steve Harvey had a lace front that whole time. His shit was all boxed up. That was a whole lace front, apparently. From what I heard, lace fronts been around. Eyelashes been around. These nails been around. And can't no girl that is my age, damn near none of y'all, it's only a couple of y'all that could, and I ain't gonna say it. 'Cause I don't judge. But if you was a girl my age right now that could tell me that when you was in middle school, when you was in 9th, 10th grade of high school, because when you got to the 11th grade, you had the junior prom, you had homecoming, you your 16th birthday. So now you start getting your little nails done or whatever the case may be for these special occasions. So I'm not gonna count that. But tell me one girl right now, my age, that before the 11th grade, they was able to wear long weave down their back, have full press nails, wear lashes, or any of that. The best y'all could do is some goddamn lip gloss. And mama didn't go nowhere to get the damn lip gloss. You got that out of dollar store. I see girls going to school now, middle school, 9th grade, just getting to high school, got lashes. For what? Why she missing lashes to need them? Got whole lace fronts. For what? What did you do to her hair that she can't grow none no more? Or maybe she just don't. Maybe long hair is not in the cards for y'all. Maybe you bald, you got the tennis ball head. Maybe your child can't grow hair. Yeah, you knew one girl who nails used to be on fleek. That was inappropriate. If she was in anything less than the 11th grade, if she was in the 10th and the 9th and the 8th and the 7th grade, and she had them long nails, that was inappropriate. She wasn't grown. That's grown woman activity. But yeah, I mean, like, no, and then guess what? The girl who had them long, well, we'll talk. I call you after the show. I'll call you after the show by that one. But yeah. So, like, why is that necessary for our children? And I even seen where this shout out to this young lady. I ain't gonna say her name because not everybody's her friend. So her comments be just for her friends. I don't think her comments was public or nothing. So I'm not gonna share who she is. But she was saying that she remembered when she was in these teenage years, and she wanted that stuff, but not to be grown because she wanted it because she wanted to feel pretty. And that is the big problem. I ain't said nothing about whether or not she was a respectable woman. I ain't talking about right now. See, we ain't talking about today. We all changed. We grows up. But we talking about back in the G. But I ain't saying she wasn't a respectable girl or not. I'm not saying none of that. So don't do that. But no, I mean, she said that she wanted to feel pretty. She said that that's why she wanted the nails and the lashes or whatever. She wanted to feel pretty. So now we have to reshape what our children, what our girls view as pretty. Shout out to Queens to Be Clothing. Queens to Be Clothing, man. That's what they want to do. We need to reshape what our young girls deem as pretty. Yes, Megan Thee Stallion is beautiful. Well, nah, she just said she wanted to feel pretty. She didn't say add to her pretty. She said she just wanted to feel pretty. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we cannot allow our children to believe that fake hair and fake nails and fake lashes is what's pretty. Like, yeah, okay, of course, people get that, okay, they doll all up and all that, okay, they look nice. But our children need to know that they are just as beautiful inside or not, whether they have weave in their head or whether they got the little tennis ball head fro or whether they got long flowing Indian hair that's theirs or whether they got an Afro puff. They need to know that all of that is beautiful. And that brings me to my next thing, because this is an onus that I put on women. And if you guys heard me previously, I said that I don't believe that there is an over sexualization of women. And when I say of women, I mean of adults. I don't believe that no adult woman is being overly sexualized. I'll give y'all a second because I know, especially Crystal. Yes, God. You hear me? Baby, that little short fro gonna be all right. You hear me? That little short fro gonna be styled. We gonna get you a bow right here. So that little thing pull back a little bit right here. And they can see it may be a short fro, but there's waves in this fro, boo-boo. The wave in this fro. Don't ever forget these waves in here, baby. This ain't nappy up here, baby. This is wave, baby. So, that's my poo-poo. When my poo had a little short fro, her little hair was trying to get there. You hear me? Yes, God, she was just as beautiful. Had that little fro, had that little bow back there. Had that little bow back right there. You hear me? That little with them waves. Let my baby say my hair is curly. Yeah, my hair not short. It's so curly that you can't see how long it is. That's what that was. So, but yeah, we have to do that. And yeah, I don't believe that there's an over sexualization of women. And this is the thing with to me with women, right? Okay. As an adult, you have decisions to make. Those decisions may be at the detriment of you, or those decisions may be provide an advantage, but you have decisions to make. And I remember a conversation I was having with my mama one time, because my mama, she's one of them parents that she don't like all that cussing music. Now my mama cuss, okay? Make no mistake about this, all right? Now she ain't no seller, of course, but my mama do cuss. But she don't like all that cussing music, right? And she was saying something to me about me listening to the cussing music. And I'm like, but Ma, you use the same languages in the song. And she was telling me how that don't matter, because she said she don't like it and that's the end of it. And I understood because she was my mama. But I also said to myself, probably, I don't remember if I verbalized this to her specifically, but I think I did though, because it wasn't like I was no shorty or no shit like that. I mean, I was grown. So I think I did, but I was like, these guys wouldn't make this music if women wouldn't listen to it. These guys can't overly sexualize women if women said, no, we're not going to be in your video with no clothes on. If women had, if all women had a set of standards and moral whoop-de-woos, then they can't be over-sexualized. But the problem is that there's no galvanization. And this is not just with women. I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying that only women going through this shit, because men going through it too. Because we keep saying, man, stop shooting these shorties up, man. Let's let's get these shorties out the streets, man. If you're going to live a street life as a grown man, then live your street life and let your ops be grown. But how you 30 and your ops 16? Nigga, what? I'm talking about you 30 years old, you 34 years old, and your ops is in junior high school. Them niggas can't spin on you until they get out of class. How? So, I mean, it's happening with men too, but we talking about specific to these situations when you talk about the over-sexualization or rape culture. Like, I don't know of any, that's what most men don't just have one boy. Now, you got some guys that have one boy, but most men have boys and girls. So, like, I don't see how, I'm not seeing men raise their girls to do and think one way, but raising their boys to do and think in a complete opposite as it pertains to rape culture. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about the over sexualization of women, that's propagated by women. Because like that, again, that's like the word bitch. If women stop listening and stop supporting any rap artist that says the word bitch, then they would stop saying it. If women would not listen or support any artist that said ho, then they would stop saying it. If every woman watched the WNBA, they would make money comparable to the NBA. But that don't be the solution. Like, funny enough, the solution is that women should get paid the same amount of money that men. What you mean? No, it's not women. It's what they see at home. You have a decision to make. When the man say, okay, you're a very beautiful girl, you thick all up, I want you to be in this music video. Yeah, put on this thong, put on this screen right here. Right, yeah. I mean, you can see that we are slowly but surely removing the word nigga out of our you know, most we more to like, so I mean, like, I mean, I call my dogs kings and shit like that. Like, I mean, we still use the word, okay? You know, it's an uphill battle. We trying to stop, but we don't just be like nigga, 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 nigga. Like, we don't do that. Like, I figured some other shit to call my dogs. Like E, you feel me? I don't call E. No, you don't. Stop lying. He sitting right, hey, y'all. He be sitting right here capping. You feel me? Nigga may use it out of anger like this nigga here, but we don't just be nigga, 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 nigga. Now we don't be doing all that. Now if what they see at home, that what is celebrated or glorified, then that's what they're going to grow up. Right. So I get that. That's why I'm saying we need to raise our children different. But now we're talking about grown women. You know, the thing is, okay, even if you grew up glorifying something, you know whether or not it's right, it's wrong. It's right or if it's wrong. There's enough women that speak out about the over sexualization of women for women to see or know that clearly enough people of this, unless you're not of sound thought, because in my mind, if enough people have a problem with something, then it gotta be that something that's the problem. That's just like I tell a kid when one teacher come and tell me that you a little Johnny asshole in their class, then I may say, you know what, I don't like that teacher's vibe. That teacher came off kind of aggressive, and I feel like that teacher may not be giving you a fair shake. Now, when two teachers come and they say, hey, you being Johnny asshole in their class, I'm going to look at you with one eye open and I'm going to say, you know what? Boy, all right now. When 3 and 4 and 5 teachers come and then the principal call me and tell me you being Johnny asshole, you know what? You being Johnny asshole. This seems like a general consensus. So I feel like enough has been said about the over sexualization of women and stuff like that. When you talk about, and no, I was Johnny a-hole. I wasn't Johnny asshole. I was Johnny a-hole. It's a difference, because Johnny a-hole was smart and he did get his work done sometimes, but sometimes he got a little restless. Maybe the work was a little too easy for him. But Johnny asshole is just a complete disruption. Johnny asshole is just an asshole. Johnny a-hole say something funny, you know, while y'all doing your little, you know, your little bored vibes. But he participating. He just may say something funny off the back end. Feel me? He ain't trying to disrupt the class completely, but you know, he may have a little funny to say every now and again. That Johnny a-hole. Johnny asshole is just being, you know, disruptive. He's not aiding in the learning process at all. At least Johnny a-hole be participating in class. Johnny a-hole be knowing the answers and stuff too. But you know, he just, you know, throw a joke in there from time to time. Boy, he may talk a little too much. But Johnny asshole, you know, he just trying to stop other people from learning. So yeah. So I mean, enough women have spoken out about this. And again, if so many women feel like this over sexualization is a problem, then all women must band together to stop it. Because if there are no women willing to be naked in a video, then guess what? You do not have naked women in the video. If all women just said, well, you can't call us bitch no more, you can't call us hoe no more. If you say that, we won't support you, we won't listen to your music. The same way them gay people could cancel the baby, my dog losing concert money and all. Oh, yeah. The same way gays could cancel the baby, it's the same way women could stop the over sexualization of women. Again, if there's not women willing to be naked in videos, then you won't see naked women in videos. If all women decided to watch the WNBA, women outnumber men in this world and in this country. If all women decided to watch WNBA, then guess what? More advertising dollars would go towards the WNBA. More revenue would go to the WNBA, and you would start to see more comparable pay to the NBA. Now, I'm not saying that Sue Bird gonna be making $37 million a year. $37 million a year like LeBron. I'm not saying that that's gonna happen, but she can get more money if all women decided to just watch the WNBA. With all women, we ain't talking about women and men. We talking about just women right now because this is about galvanization. Y'all have to galvanize. You don't need me to watch WNBA. Hell, if you watch it, then y'all gonna get the money. Y'all gonna get the money. So you don't need me to watch. The only thing to get them WNBA players more money is just for all women to watch the WNBA. Instead of saying how unfair it is that LeBron gets paid $37 million a year and Sue Bird only get $250,000 a year, and how so unfair that is, even though you know that the WNBA does not bring a third, a half, a penny, none of that of the revenue that the NBA brings in. We know all of these factors as it pertains to the market and what gets these players the most money like that. We know all of this stuff. And we saying, oh, men got to watch it. Nah, just if all women watched it. Man, you talking about more than half of the country. You can't tell me advertising dollars won't be thrown at nothing like that. Them people be getting all type of bag. But instead of all women watching it, they'll sit around and say that, oh, it's men's fault. No, women can change that all by themselves. That is legitimately one situation that women can change all by themselves. That's two situations, because with the clothes situation, like I said, if all women say, listen, we won't be dressing scantily clad no more like that. We won't allow you to over-sexualize our body like that. You know, I could look sexy in something that's not too revealing. You feel me? Like, and that's where accountability come in there. And like I said, it's both sides, both men and women. Men have things that we could stop if we all decided to do so, but not enough of us is deciding to do so. Only some of us are deciding to do so, and we need to galvanize as men too. When we talk about raising these kids, we got to start shaming niggas. Niggas who don't take care of their kids shouldn't have no friends. Okay? Once you find out that somebody who you hanging around ain't taking care of their kids, that person should not have another friend. They should not have nobody they could call. They should have nobody they could talk to. They should have nobody they could borrow nothing from. That person should be put out there on the island by himself. If he's willfully not taking care of his children, if he is willfully not taking care of his children, that man should not have one friend in his world. But you know what? You podunk ass niggas, and I said it, you podunk ass niggas be right here talking about they ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't my business. That is your business. Nigga, that's community business. That same fatherless child gonna grow up to be somebody, and you would hope that he be a upstanding citizen of the community. But if he don't have no father, the chance that he does become an upstanding citizen of community of our community diminishes. So yes, that's your business. If you standing and hanging around a dude who not taking care of his kids, he should not have no friend in his world. I bet, hey, you see, he commented at 100. If Eric Santos is your baby daddy, and I ain't never heard of this child, hit my inbox, cause he gonna start paying you next week. He gonna start. I'm not gonna even give up on him as my friend. He just gonna start paying his arrears next week. I'm gonna give you his address. I'm gonna tell you where he work at, so you can send them people on his ass. Okay. Okay. If Eric Santos is your baby daddy and he ain't taking care of them children, please send me an inbox. Please send me. While he right here commenting, please send me this inbox. He gonna start paying you with his next check. I'm gonna walk him down to the child support people myself. But that's how it should be. Fellas, we got to galvanize on that. Fellas, we have to be together on this. We have to be together on this. Not every dude is chasing women in the club. Some dudes have legitimate excuses why they may not be able to fully commit financially to a child or whatever the case may be. You do got some dudes that be tricking off in the club, but we talking about niggas who willfully is just choosing not to take care of their child. Know they got a child out here in these streets and just not doing nothing for their child. They should not have no friends. They should not have no friends. They should not have nobody they could call. The people at his job, should refer to him by his last name only. And don't even put no mister on it because it's respectful. Refers to that nigga by his last name. We don't even want to know your first name if you're not taking care of your child. Okay? If you're not taking care of your child, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do in your child's life, then you should not have no friends. Now, ladies, don't take that as a key to treat a man any kind of way and think that he's supposed to just put up with your bullshit. We ain't talking about that. Don't do that now. Don't do that. We ain't gonna do that though. But if a dude is just willfully not taking care of his child, he not giving you no act right, and you ain't that type of nasty, conniving, sneaky, all of that type baby mama, then that dude should have no friends in this world. And fellas, we need to stand on that. Fellas, if you see a dude out here playing with kids, first of all, you need to beat him. You hear me? Beat him. See, and that's the bigger problem. These generations is growing up with not enough D's, so they don't know how to use them. They don't know how to inflict damage with them things. But if you find out that one of your partners, if you find out one of your homeboys is messing with a child, first of all, beat him. That's one. After you beat him, take him to the hospital so they could treat him and call the police so they could arrest him. And so that he could do his time. You feel me? You know, back in the day, you hear me? You gotta be able to work these here. I work these. So let me find out you around here dilly-dallying in that courtroom. See if I don't put them things on your ass. You hear me? Put them things on you. And you don't put them things on you whole time, bro. Straight up and down, boy. I bet I never catch you trying to slide down on a shorty. I'm walking in the store and you got all these slick little poppy ass comments for a little jit that's in a, they gonna slap you dead in your mouth. Boy, stop playing. Get up out of here. Right now. That type of vibe, yeah. Cause you got some of these niggas who be knowing that these kids be kids. She got on a whole school uniform, my man. She don't work at no fucking Target. Them is uniform pants and a uniform shirt. Boy, she go to a school that wear red and beige, sir. That's a child. You know that's a child. So all that slick comment and I buy you whatever you want. Slap a nigga dead in they shit. Get on up out of here, man. And I'm finna see it through out that. Call the police and all. I'm gonna tell them exactly what you was in here talking about. Now we finna investigate your life again. So yeah, don't play. But we got to stand on them principles, fellas. You should not be dealing with no homeboy that around here picking a girl up from motherfucking high school. Oh, I'm finna go pick up one of my little woo-woos. Yeah, they get out at 2:30 today. What you mean, man? Like who said, like, bro, how in the hell? I done seen niggas come up with their homeboy pulling up to the school for a girl. Bro, what you niggas thinking about? You dumb and dumber. But old head making big laps. Nah, we ain't doing none of that. And if you catch any one of them doing that, beat him. He done already transgressed against a child. Beat him and tell him he need to get up out of your city. Straight up. Fellas, we got to be resolute on that. You see any nigga pimping a young child, got that little jit going to the store and hitting them on store runs to go get backwoods and letting them smoke a little weed and letting them roll dice and all that, man. Y'all got to cut that shit out. Y'all got to let these kids be kids, man. Let these kids be kids. And if that's what they do amongst themselves, if you telling me that no matter what you do, that child gonna roll dice, let him roll dice amongst his peers. Okay? You a grown ass man. Don't have no child, no 15, 16-year-old at your dice game. You's a grown ass man. Don't be letting no 15, 16-year-old come cop no weed from you. Don't let no 15, 16-year-old cop no pills from you. When you see that 15, 16-year-old step out of line, make sure you correct that behavior ASAP. I was just in the store the other day, and I'm in the store grabbing my little woody woos or whatever the case may be, and I see this, the dude who work in the store, Googie. Shout out to Googie them. Shout out to my boy Malik. He always show me love. But I'm like, what's good, Googie? And then the little Jit, 11 years old, Jit gonna come behind me. Oh, your name Googie? What's up, Googie? I said, boy, you pay bills or something? I stepped down on his ass instantly in the store. Boy, you talking to him like you grown, boy. I don't like that, boy. Anytime he want to come play football for me, boy, I don't know if you can play football for me, son, because I don't play that disrespect shit. That's not what I be on. I don't let kids who play for me call me by my first name, and I step down on any child that do it. Anybody who got a child who played for me, if that child ever called me Cody, that child got the straight business. Boy, you ain't told a pistol for me. You ain't shot nobody for me. You ain't gave me no money. You don't pay no bills. Don't you ever call me by my first name. Even when you get grown, I still be growner. You going to refer to me as coach for the rest of your goddamn life. Even grown, I'm talking about this grown, 26, 27, 30 years old. Well, not 30, because but no, Leo, he 26. So I would say guys up to the age of 26 years old still refer to me as coach. Ain't no playing no games, man. I don't play that disrespect shit. So I step down on any child. That's my agreement as being a man in my community and actually trying to raise our kids to do better, live better, think better, act better, and conduct themselves more fashionably as a child. So I don't let kids get out of line with other grown people. And if I'm standing up here and you cussing behind me, I don't care who your daddy, who your mommy is. If you cussing up a storm behind me, I look to my left, I look to my right, I see an elderly person. You know what I'm finna do? Step down on your ass. Hey, son, you don't see these people behind me? I don't talk like that, boy. You heard me cussing in front of these people? What's wrong with you? Were you raised that in the jungle, son? I'm stepping down. That's what all the men of our community got to be doing. And the men in our community also can't be mad at no other grown man for chastising your child for doing wrong. Anytime a grown man chastising mine for doing wrong, I appreciate you, King, because we all got to keep this little boy in line. And I can't be around him 24/7. So when he out there in the street and somebody step down on him, now I ain't saying that you supposed to rough my shorty up or nothing like that, but I done seen people real life come and step to another grown adult about words that they said to a child. When first of all, the first question I got is, why did this grown adult even have to speak to you? Because I know this grown adult ain't walk up and strike up no conversation. So why did this grown ass person have to even speak to you in the first place for them to say something that you didn't like for you to come and get me about it? That's my first thought. But most people first thought is, oh, what the fuck? That bitch ain't gonna talk to mine. Like, nah, man. We gotta really let the village raise our kids again. It takes a village. A lot of y'all working 10 and 12-hour days. Y'all need help. And y'all so proud, y'all too proud to admit y'all need help, and y'all children is falling by the wayside because of that. Let's get back to community parenting. Because I'm telling you right now, anybody on this live, anybody who watched this ever in life, if your child get out of line when they around Coach Cody is finna step down on their ass. There's no questions about this. I don't care who you is. You could be Tony Montana, okay? You could be El Chapo. If your son get out of line when they round me, whether I know them or not, whether they play for me or not, any of that, I am stepping down on their ass. Hey, son, what is wrong with you? You out your goddamn mind? What, you got screws loose or something, boy? What you doing? And it got to be the same way with our women. Our women got to step down on these little girls. You see these little girls being fast? Hey, bring your ass here. What's wrong with you? You got to step. Come on, man. Come on, man. We got to start. Listen. We got to listen. You don't want to embarrass your friends? Cool. When they go to posting up a picture of their child and their child got on that two-piece bathing suit, get in your friend inbox, text your friend, call your friend. Girl, that's girl. Girl, don't do that. We got to do better, girl. You don't want to embarrass them? Communicate with them. Girl, that's not the new standard. That's not what we doing no more. Shout out to Queens to Be Clothing, man. Queens to Be Clothing is clothing these young princesses, teaching them that they can be beautiful young princesses. They don't have to show their whole body. They ain't got to give them everything God gave them. You know, we got to stop letting our young girls tie their shirts up in the back. As sad as it is, and, you know, as much as we used to do that, well, not we, because I ain't tying no shirt shit. But as much as girls used to do that back in the day too, we got to stop that. We just got to buy the right size clothes. We just got to buy the right size clothes. I see little girls tying up their shirt in the back just so they can show their little front. And you can tell that's what it be about. Look, these kids is weird as hell, man. And what they see in the news and what they see in entertainment, these kids be weird as hell, low key, man. So we have to stop that. Shouldn't no little girl be wearing no tights around. For what? For what? If you got to wear tights, then wear the tights and put the shorts over the tights. Now, again, I ain't saying you got to have on no big ass boy shorts. I ain't saying you got to, none of that. But you can find shorts that are appropriate that can go over a pair of tights that look just as good. Well, I'm saying, I'm sorry, what part you don't agree with? What part do you not agree with, Crystal? And then another thing about it is not all about. So it's also, we also have decorum. So of course, because I figured just thought about something. So I definitely don't want to be no, you feel me? But yeah, little girls wearing ripped jeans. I just seen a little girl today. Was in a little video, had a shorts. Now the shorts was damn near cut up to like the shorts was cut up to the like damn near what the little lower. I say about, if you talk about from your hip, those shorts was probably cut like this much, like this here, like about that much, kind of like cut up jeans, but then the pocket was hanging. Well, if you want me to post the link so you can get on, hold on, let me post this link real quick. You can turn off your camera and what have you, so you can definitely get on if you want to. Now, let me post that link for you, sus, so you can say what you got to say. But yeah, so now let's not confuse what I'm saying as to be so explicitly literal. What I mean, what I say is there are ways that you do things. There are decorums. I've seen outfits on children that may include the Nike style tights and stuff like that, and have looked very nice on children. So I'm not saying that each and every particular tights, you don't have to be on camera, Crystal. You could turn off your camera and still be on the live. I ain't turned on the AC before I came in here, so I'm hot, y'all. I'm sorry I'm sweating like this. But I'm not saying that every individual thing is unacceptable. Like I say, I've seen tights, and I've seen outfits that include tights that even for a child is appropriate, because maybe the shirt maybe the shirt come down over their backside, or maybe it's just like real life workout gear, which, like I say, some things are classy, some things are classless. When I say tights and stuff, I'm more so talking about like girls wearing the tights and then having the sports bra style top, or having the style top that show their whole little stomach or whatever. That's what I'm more so talking about. Like, even when they're at sports practice, if they're in cheerleading practice, they should not have on just a sports bra. Why? Because every move they can do in a goddamn shirt. So to have little girls walking around the park with sports bras on is a problem. Right, you could look very, very nice covered up. I've seen some very beautiful women that are dressed. They are dressed covered up. They have nice shapes. You can see their little shapes or whatever the case may be, but they are covered up and they look classy. And then I've seen chicks that look absolutely classless. And if y'all, I don't know, I seen a couple of people seeing it, and I know it went over a couple of people's head, but that's what I meant when I said y'all be high on the self-esteem, but low on the self-respect. Because you feel like you look so good that allows you to carry yourself a specific type of way. Honestly, there are certain things that I just feel are unacceptable. To tell you the truth, I be looking at some of y'all, and I be looking at some of the stuff y'all wear, and I be like, well, what type of man this is she with? Because I don't see how a man finds this acceptable. It's just like my old lady. If my old lady walking out the house, I wouldn't give a damn if she had the prettiest pair of breasts in the world. If them things sit up just so perfect, she still won't walk out my house or walk out the house, because we ain't even got to be staying together. She ain't gonna walk out the house with no see-through sheer shirt on with no bra. Not mine. And I know her breasts could be the beautifulest breasts in the world. That's why I love them. And I be all on the pillows, bloom, bloom. But you still not finna walk out the house with no sheer shirt on, no bra. You're not walking out the house with nothing sheer on, show the underwear, showing your thong and all that. You ain't coming out my house with nothing where goddamn, where you walking around, and okay, I know some women can't help it. I understand that even through a bra it happens, but you're not finna intentionally be just walking around like this here. You ain't finna be just intentionally doing it. Not mine. These are my little AirPods, y'all. So just imagine a little AirPod. Just imagine a little AirPod, just, But yeah, you won't be doing that. You ain't mine. Not conducting. Nah. It ain't about me. Oh, I'm intimidated, or if I can't handle a bad bitch and all that other bullshit. No, I ain't got nothing to do with that. We carry ourselves a certain way. Every woman that I seen that look good with damn near nothing on, look just as good with clothes on too. It's a matter of choice. And for you to be mine, you won't ever do that. Nah. You ain't got to dress that way, queen. You know me. I go back to the Drake days, sweatpants, head tied, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you the prettiest. You hear me? I personally don't like the 40-inch lashes. Man, I seen them over there. The lashes was off their face. Matter of fact, man, shout out to my homegirl Jazz. My homegirl Jazz, she one of her friends that works in the adult entertainment industry left some lashes at her crib. Yo, these lashes were so damn long. When she opened her eyes, the lashes was over her eyebrows. Like, that shit was so crazy. She was like, I seen that. I just want to see how they look. But man, them shit was like over her eyebrows, like that type of vibe. Like, nah, baby, you don't need none of that sugar. And see, a lot of y'all put them lashes on, and y'all don't put them on so much to where now you ain't got no real lashes, and your real lashes ain't gonna grow back. So now you got to keep using them. But man, let's not start our children off using them. As long as we don't start our children off using them, I don't think they're gonna lose their little lashes. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I just doubt it. So yeah. That's all I'm saying. If we create some better and some different standards, man, I always tell y'all, we create better and different standards, our community can change. Like I say, we got work to do on both sides. Now, I know that there's some contention about whether or not I point out all the work that needs to be done on the male side versus all the work that needs to be done on the female side. But I hope that everybody understands that I straighten my brothers in private, because that's what we supposed to do. You just heard me talk out against the brothers, because that rape business and that fatherless child shit, that got to cut out. I think that them niggas need to be exposed. But a lot of the stuff, or whatever stuff, a lot of the woos that women complain about, we be talking about that. We just talk about that in private. We talk about that amongst the fellas, and we come to general consensus as brothers. But it ain't about us right now. Man Talk Monday is on y'all ass. No, I'm just playing. I ain't know nobody, man. I just, I see certain things, man, and I just feel like I need to speak on it. And maybe it's because, the guys that are around me don't commit these atrocities in which women speak about. So when you talk about the people that's around me, I mean, even the guys that's my Facebook friends, man, I don't too much add people that I don't know on Facebook. With the exception of when I first started this radio show, I kind of, was just adding people You know what I'm saying? To kind of get the brand out there, whatever the case may be. But even now, I'm still very selective in who I would actually accept a friend request from. Now, if I sent you, right, if we be lying and we be cheating, then that's something that we gonna talk about together. We ain't gonna talk about that in front of y'all though. We ain't gonna talk about that in front of y'all. I straighten the fellas out on whether or not the lying and the cheating is acceptable or unacceptable, acceptable or whatever the case may be. But that's something that we speak about amongst the fellas. You feel me? That, you know, right? We do straighten that, but we don't straighten that out here in the public. You feel me? We got to straighten that behind the doors. We got to go in. We got to go into. You know, we got to go into the fellowship. And once we go into the fellowship, then we talk to the brothers. Hey, brothers, man, you know, y'all can't be. You know, if you're gonna live like that, baby, if you're gonna do this, you got to do that as well. You know, you got the woo woo, you got the woo whams and woo wops. You know what I'm saying? You gotta and straighten yourself in public. Yeah, I be straightening myself all the time. I told y'all I don't really have a great temperament. That's why I don't get into arguments with people. I try not to. I don't really go out to places because I don't really like being around a crowd of people. It kind of gets me uncomfortable, and I don't like the amount of people because it'd be a lot of bumping going on, and I don't really like that. So, you know, I the way I straighten myself is I mitigate some of the situations that I know could cause me a lot of problems. And a couple of those situations is, you know what I'm saying, not really going out in the public like that the whole time, because I don't really like being, you feel me, closed in like that. And not really trying to get into no arguments with people because I don't have the whole meter of argue. It's 1 word, 2 word, then okay, let's fight now. So yeah, I try to, you know. But nah, we straighten each other. We it's enough people that straighten us in public. I don't have to be the one doing that. That's the thing. Like it's so many guys. We ain't seen Derek Jackson in a minute, but it's so many guys it's so many guys that straighten guys out in public about lying and cheating and have all these opinions. Y'all share all of that stuff. Y'all like all of that stuff. So there's enough guys that are doing it in public the way I don't need to be heaping on top of that. I don't need to heap on top of that. You got so many people and so many different platforms where people talk about men doing this, men doing that. You got Steve Harvey talking about act like a lady, think like a man, and all this other crazy ass shit. It's so many people that really heap on men and put the entire onus on men that I feel like it behooves me to kind of push back a little bit. What I push back against is the amount of backlash and the amount that men get heaped on. Not specifically just to women. It's like, hold on, wait a minute, because just as much as we may do wrong, it's wrong being done all across the board. We all can step back and fix some of these situations. You know what I'm saying? Do your women wear these things? If so, what's your reaction or response? Hell no, my women don't wear no clothes like that at all. Don't play with them. Listen, let me tell you something, Caleb. Caleb Bryant. I ain't never played like that with any woman I ever been with. Any woman ever called me hers or I call her mine. I don't play like that. You won't ever disrespect me in no public forum like that, or you won't be with me. It's that simple. You can wear all your whole well. Cool. I just won't be with you. I don't care that much. But one thing about it, you won't have me out here looking like a fool. All of that caused 20 and 30 year sentences, whether women know it or not. Because when you dress like that, I'm sorry, I hate to say it. You know, it may be messed up and all of the other stuff, but it is what it is. When you wear that type of clothes, when you wear all of that stuff, there's a certain response that is provoked. Now, of course, men, we should not act that way. I'm not saying no man should try to grab up on you because all your ass showing. I'm not saying that no man should try to feel on your breast because he can see them. I'm not saying any of that. You should be able to walk down the street bucket naked and not one man should put his hands on you. But unfortunately, that's not the world that we live in. And I can't talk about the utopia. I got to talk about what's going on today. And when you dress like that, when you conduct yourself in a specific way, that brings about a specific response. Now, guess what? You called me, oh, babe, this nigga done grabbed me all up. He done put his hands up under my dress. He grabbed all on my breasts. He did this and he did that. Just exactly what am I supposed to do about this? E, what am I supposed to do about that situation? Take E say pray about it. Which really what he mean is I supposed to take that shit to the door. You hear me? We finna go and listen. First of all, you don't even understand why I'm finna call 3 people. Hey boy, listen. We need all autos on this mission. You hear me? We listen, we need autos on this mission. I don't even want no Simeons. I don't want no type of Simeon Martins. Okay. I want all autos. And we finna come and let that bitch ring. Everybody better get down to play with mines. So why put me in that situation? Like, why do that? Nah, bro. Just conduct yourself different. Carry yourself different. We won't ever have them problems. And even if we do have those problems, because it can't happen, because the guys can see a woman dressed conservatively and dressed like a woman and everything like that, and guys will still be assholes. We know that. I understand that premise. I understand that principle. That's why I say it's nothing that it's not to say that the style of clothes you wear is what causes a rape. What causes a rape is a sick individual. But what I'm saying is that we cannot deny that the style of clothes or what a woman wears does present a certain way, and it could present in the right way to the wrong person. Like that could happen. So I give y'all this example right here. I'll give y'all a few examples before we get up out of here, and y'all gonna understand these real quick. If a guy was going to rob, right? See, you probably didn't catch that part, Chris. That's what I just said. But if a guy was going to rob, right? So he going to rob. There's one guy. This guy got on a big chain. He see 10 guys. Matter of fact. So you got about 3 guys that got on some pretty decent sized chains. You got about another 3-4 guys that got on chains, got on watches. Know what I'm saying? Nice sized chains, watches, little bracelets. And then you got one guy that got on chains, bracelets, watches, rings, pockets full of money, hanging out. Who is the likely target of that robbery? It's going to be that guy that got the watches, the chains, the bracelets, the rings, the money in his pocket. It's going to be him. It's not to say that he caused the robbery on himself. It's not to say that at all. But he is going to be the likely target of a robbery. If it was 10 guys and, a couple of the guys had on 1 or 2 things here and a couple of guys had on 3 or 4 things there, and then this specific guy got on every goddamn thing, he is going to be the target of the robbery. And sick as it is, sick as individuals are, when we talk about these 6 crazy individuals, yes, you can be fully clothed, not showing nothing. You could be a damn nun and can't even see a silhouette. Them nuns be having on them things. You can't see whether they got no boongie, whether they got no breasts, no none of that child. The whole thing, the whole poncho type vibe. You hear me? So now, same way with that. A guy looking for somebody to rape. He see 10 women. 3-4 women, they got on some nice pantsuits. They conservatively dressed. They look good, but they conservatively dressed. You got another 3-4, however you want to do the numbers. They got on a mixture, shorts and skirts, but the skirts are not revealing. So the skirts come down right above the knee. The shorts come around the same length. They don't look goofy. You ain't looking like a goofy, but you got on your little shorts, your little skirt vibe. Okay, and then you see one woman and she got on a skirt that show the bottom of her ass cheeks. She got on a shirt that ain't got on no bra, and she keep having to readjust it so her nipple don't show. That guy who's looking to rape somebody, who is going to be his likely target? Now, of course, you can sit here and please don't get on here because we ain't got that much time. But you could get on here and say, oh, but it just depends on what type of woman he like. Maybe he like the woman in the pants skirt. You could do all that, but we ain't finna do all that. Can't cut and dry, plain and simple. The likely target of that rape is going to be that woman who got on the skirt that show her ass cheeks and ain't got on no bra and her nipples are almost coming out. So we know that how we conduct ourselves can be a determining factor in what happens to us. It's not to say that that behavior or that dress. See, look at Crystal. Whoever his sickness makes him go to. I knew you was coming. That's why I said what I said. We ain't you trying to get deep into it to explain it out. We ain't talking about the sickness of the robber. So we ain't gonna get all into the deep sickness of the rapist. We're gonna say that his likely target is gonna be the woman that has on the short skirt showing her ass cheeks with the shirt that don't have no bra on, that she got to readjust so her nipples don't show. That is probably going to be his likely target. That's what seems to be the most easily accessible. That is the less likeliest person to believe if you look at it as far as the public's eye. So that's probably who he's going to go for. Doesn't mean he won't go for anybody else, but the likely target is going to be that woman. So we know that how we dress, how we carry ourselves, things that we do are determining factors as to what may happen, even though we don't ask for it to happen. That guy that had all of the chains, the rings, the money in his pocket, he didn't ask to be robbed, but we know that he was a likely target. So I say all that to say this. We got to do it different, man. We got to do it better. We got to work together as men and women. But fellas, again, I always tell y'all we got some things we need to work on. Ladies, y'all have some shit that y'all need to work on. But one thing that we cannot move the needle on, and we got to be steadfast, is in raising our children. We got to raise our children, man. We got to do better, man. We got to try to stop and curtail a lot of the stuff that goes on in our community, and we can, as long as we all putting forth those good faith efforts. So, fellas, from now on, you got a homeboy. Your homeboy be looking and interested into them young girls. He ain't no longer your homeboy. He don't take care of his kids. That ain't no longer your dog. Don't speak with him. Don't communicate with him. Tell him get from around you. He need to fix his issues or whatever the case may be. But we got to move him out to the island. He got to be by himself in this world until he get his shit together. Ladies, these women that's out here allowing women to continually be over sexualized, y'all got to tell them sisters, man, that's not what we doing no more. That's not how we rocking. We all move in one lockstep, and that's not how we gonna conduct ourselves. We want better, we got to do better. So we can't conduct ourselves like that, because that's only getting us a specific treatment that enough of us don't like for all of us to be on the same page with. And as long as we doing that, we'll be reaching one, we'll be teaching one, and we'll make our community better. It's your boy, Chef Beard A. Mama, there goes that man. I'm sweating, I'm hot, but it's all love. It's just passionate about our community and passionate about the things that we got to do. I appreciate all the love. Shout out to all the commenters. Crystal, Vivian, shout out to you. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. I try to tell it like it is. You know, some people don't like it. Some people don't find it palatable, but it is what it is. Caleb, appreciate you for coming through. Eric, always, y'all already know Puerto Rican E. Shout out to him. Shout out to my boy Keith, always dropping off. That boy be on my post and all. Be talking cash shit to me. So shout out to all y'all, man. It's all love. We're going to get at y'all next week, baby. It's bye. Until next time. Over and out.